Time for your very latest in business and economic news, and this hour we're focusing on what's happening with Comair, the big story of the day, grounding flights indefinitely until they get some funding. We've got the Competition Commissioner, Thembinkosi Bonakele, who joins us now in studio. Thank you very much for joining us. So we do understand that the Competition Commission engaged the different airlines today in terms of a way forward and the implications of what's now happened with Comair. Tell us what happened in that meeting.
Well, firstly, it is to say that we are gravely concerned about that market, because the exit of Comair means that about 40% of the capacity in the market is no longer available, and obviously that reduces competition. We are worried about the price increases that may result from that, and just the long-term impact. So the industry is really in turbulent times. So we reached out to the industry to understand what the implications of this are as far as they can see it, but also to urge them not to take advantage of the situation, because there is, in a situation like this, a possibility of them gaining market power because of the lack of competition, and because this is a sudden shock in the supply. So we wanted to get assurances from them that
did you get those?
We did. Actually, they were quite positive, and I'm really grateful to the leadership of the industry. All of them that we met today were very positive about this, and they do have their own plans on dealing with some of the constraints. Obviously, I can't share those. These are competitively sensitive. But also, we did get an assurance that there would be no price manipulation. Now, this doesn't mean that prices may not go up at all. We know that the fuel prices are going up. We know that there are supply and demand issues when it comes to the sale of tickets for airlines, but they would not do anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, surely you're going to be watching the industry very closely, because we're all also approaching the holiday season. A lot of people are going to be traveling, so there's an opportunity to take advantage of that. So just from your side as the Competition Commission, you'll be watching them closely, and I assume you'll be constantly engaging them. And in providing that answer, Commissioner, which airlines exactly came to the meeting?
Well, we did meet with all the major airlines, FlySafe Air, Airlink, Lyft. Who am I leaving now? I think we met with SAA as well, and all of them are committing that they will not act in any way that exploits the situation, which I must emphasize doesn't suggest that you will not see ticket prices going up during peak times. That's normal. But what we will be looking at are anomalies, and they all gave us an assurance that we should not be able to see anomalies.
Right. Commissioner, let's talk now about the sustainability and looking forward of the industry. You did say that there will be fluctuations in prices based on the seasonality, but just going forward, are you confident, despite the fact that we've lost one airline, that there is a relatively healthy sense of competition in the industry at the moment?
It's challenging times. It's challenging times. There is definitely a need for capacity in the local industry, and there is a need for more competition. Even with Comair still operational, we were worried that after lockdown, we saw a significant sort of reduction of that capacity, with SAA almost really gone from the market, and even when they came back with very, very few aircrafts. They are only operating, I think, at Joburg, Cape Town, and Joburg, Durban. And that means that there is limited competition. So it's an industry that gives us a lot of worries. And there is still uncertainty about COVID-19. But we are hoping that we would see entrance and more investments into the sector.
Yeah, Commissioner, we have run out of time, but I have to ask you, you did have a previous meeting with FlySafair when they inflated prices with the first time that Comair was grounded. What reason did they give you at that time, the reason that they gave you in terms of inflating prices as much as they did?
We got an explanation that it was a long weekend. I can't remember what holiday was there, which is usually peak time, and that those prices were not out of the normal basket that they would charge during those times.
Yes, of course. Very, very strange, because I think some tickets cost over 12,000 Rand at some stage, didn't they? From what I remember, anyway.
Well, I don't remember those prices very well, but I mean, I think that it's important that everybody keeps a watchful eye, so the consumers as well must really watch, because we really depend on them bringing that information to us.
No, absolutely, Commissioner. As always, thank you very much for your time. That is a Competition Commissioner, Thembinkosi Bonakele, there, talking to us about the meeting that the Commission had with the different airlines and their commitment to make sure that they don't unnecessarily inflate prices because of what's happened with Comair.